No, now in my next part of my Universal and Universal-related VHS and DVD collections. For part 3, I'm going to emphasize the word related, because I'm going to show my PolyGram and DreamWorks tapes, and those are companies that have something to do with Universal. Next one, the first of these PolyGram tapes, is actually from Motown Home Video, but it's a PolyGram label. It didn't really matter. Doesn't really matter for this collection. Lenny Sings the Blues. Lenny Sings Jazz and Blues, Stolen Moments. This is a tape from 1993. 1993, I think. These tapes don't have print dates or week and year codes, so I'm going to skim through them. This was apparently sponsored by American Express. Next one is my only Canadian PolyGram tape. London Essential Opera, featuring Placido Domingo, Maria Ewing, Mirella French, Raina Kabivanska, James Levine, Leo Nucci, Luciano Pavarotti, Joan Sutherland, and many more. 12 favorite moments from the world of opera. The Metropolitan Opera, that is. Metropolitan Opera of New York. There's nothing at the top, so I didn't show it. Yep, Canadian. This one has a nice little guide to what's in it. I bought this from the Assistants League at one time. And this one has notes about the program in English and French, well, that's to be expected for a Canadian copy. That it has things in English and French in it. And there's the tape itself. And there's has a little white, yellow line at the back. This one has the American Master on it. It has the FBI warning on it. I don't have any tapes that have the PolyGram's version of the Interpol scroll at the beginning. Next one is Posse, with Mario Van Peebles, Stephen Baldwin, and Billy Zane. The Untold Story of the Wild West. This is a tape from 1993. Yep, 1993. Got this at Bookman's. This has a nice sticker label on it. Yeah, PolyGram's tapes up until mid to late 1998 did not have print dates or week and year codes, so I'm going to skim through them. Anyway, most of the rest of the tapes in this update are tapes I bought at PDQ Records, which was a shop down in Grant Road here in Tucson. This was a great store. I first came there in 2015 to buy imported records, but what really amazed me after I started regularly collecting VHS tapes again in 2016 was how wide, varied, and unpredictable its VHS selection was. Oftentimes, they would have a bunch of tapes that I've never seen from one specific studio, one specific company, and I bought them all. And if they did, I would buy them all and take them home and devote half the update to them. Unfortunately, its owner, Jack Grossi, died in 2019. I did a memorial video to him, if you want to go check it out. It's called Men and Marines at PDQ Records. And his son decided to shut down the store after that. Next is Four Weddings and Anyway, the next tape is Four Weddings and a Funeral with Hugh Grant and Annie McDowell. He's quite engaging. She's otherwise engaged. This one has a General Foods International coffee ad at the beginning, and it also has a preview for Jack and Sarah on it. There's a General Foods International coffee ad on it. this was purchased. This was released in 1994. Next one is a tape I purchased at St. Vincent de Paul, I think. Armistead Maupin's Tales from the City, Volume 2. I don't remember half the... Other than the tapes I bought at PDQ, I don't remember the rest names of the rest of the stores that I bought tapes from. I'm sure when I rewatch the updates where I got these, they'll come to mind. Anyway, this is Armistead Maupin's Tales of the City, Volume 2. On Volume 1. This is the unedited version of the acclaimed 1994 series broadcast on American Playhouse, which means it aired via PBS and most likely aired via Channel 6 here in Tucson. KUAT. This has a vertical ink label. And no previews at the beginning of this one, unfortunately. Next one is Home for the Holidays, a Jodie Foster film. We'll do it every year until we get it right. This one stars Holly Hunter, Robert Downey Jr., and Anne Bancroft. A great Thanksgiving movie. And theatrically released here by Paramount, and I think internationally distributed in theaters by PolyGram. But I think Paramount has streaming and television rights to this somewhere, and PolyGram has video rights, which passed off to MGM, of course. Because they bought their pre-1996 stuff. MGM did. Next one is Shallow Grave. What's a Little Murder Among Friends? This was, I think, Danny Boyle's first film. And this is a 1995 tape. Which comes to us from Universal Electronics, 411 North State Street in Shelby, Michigan. Which had the goal to put a sticker on the back of the tape for some reason. I have no idea why. Next one is Fargo, a film by Joel and Ethan Coen. A lot can happen in the middle of nowhere. This was Siskel and Ebert's final joint pick for the best film of the year back in 1996. It was number one on their top 10 list for that year. This is a 1997 tape. The film. Next, Gridlocked with Tim Roth and Tupac Shakur. A film by Vonnie Kershaw. This was, I think, this and Posse were the first two PolyGram tapes I ever bought. Where did this come from? Prize Video. I don't think that store had any relation to Fry's Food Stores. Next, The Game with Michael Douglas and Sean Penn. And this one actually does have a print date. That's the only exception to the rule of PolyGram tapes not having print dates or weak in year codes up until, 1998. You can tell it's a Columbia House copy because I have 131 on the side and no previews on it. Print date was April 14th, 1998. Next one is The Proposition. It would change their lives. One again gave up everything he owned. The other, everything he believed in him. It would change their lives forever. This stars Kenneth Branagh, Madeline Stone, and William Hurt. And it's one of those tapes I have with the new or PolyGram logo on the spine. And the later ones were copy protected, so I can't do the openings to these. Sadly. I would love to if I had the capture card. If only I had the capture card, though. This has 2 Blockbuster stickers going for it, which is interesting. And as for the Blockbuster dates, someone peeled it off before I could get it to it. Next one, Return to Paradise. With, who's this person? Vince Vaughn, Anne Hathaway, and Joaquin Phoenix. Give up 3 years of their lives, or give up the life of their friend. They have 8 days to decide. Here's the top. Comes back. That says propaganda from us. That said Miramax. And by this point, they were. Well, I don't think this has a print date under there, but it does have a Hollywood Video End label. If that makes any sense. Next tape is What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Annabelle Sciorra. Afterlife, there is more. This got 2 enthusiastic thumbs up from Siskel and Ebert, and mixed reviews from most other critics, I believe. $19.99 release. So we're near the end of their cycle. But this had a self-playing thrifting gift, I think, in 20... Was it 2019 or 2020? I'll have to look in one of my own update videos again. But it is October 22nd, 1999. And the most recent... I have two more PolyGram tapes to go. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. A disgrace to criminals everywhere. Hysterically funny from start to finish, according to Glenn Kenny at Premiere. This won a Guy Ritchie won Best New Filmmaker Award at the MTV Movie Awards. I think I have some PolyGram DVDs in the car. I want to start building a PolyGram DVD collection at some point. He did a few DVDs. Printed July 22nd, 1999, I think. It's very hard to read. And the last PolyGram tape I have, well, the second to last anyway, Elizabeth. New match strikes again with my memory. Elizabeth with Cate Blanchett, Jeffrey Rush, Christopher Eccleston, Ralph Fiennes, Joseph Fiennes, John Gielgud, and Richard Attenborough. Winner of the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Cate Blanchett. Winner of the Golden Globe Award Best Actress Drama, that is. This is a tape from 1998. 99, rather. And this is a great drama if you haven't seen it. You ought to go check it out. If you haven't. This was printed on... What was the date? I think that's May 8th, 2000. I also bought this at some point, thrifting gift, I think. Or, I have a hazy memory where I bought these tapes from. But, I'm sure they'll come to mind. This is a tape I think I bought at another thrift store. But I can't really memorize the name of it at the moment. Once again, I'm going to have to rely on my own update videos to find out what it is. It's Cats. The world's best-loved musical captured on video forever. This is one of the more common... This is the only one of the more common PolyGram tapes I have. The other two most common PolyGram tapes that exist are Barney's Great Adventure and The Borrowers, and I don't have those. Probably should get them somewhere down the line. This is a 1998 release. It doesn't have a print date on it. Well, maybe it does. Can I see it? No, I can't. It comes with a nice thing in there. Check out these exclusive Cats offers. We got Iam's cat food in here. A Discover card, notice. And what else does this fold out to? Got an ad for Schweppes. I think some of PolyGram states had ads for Schweppes on them. Here in the States, Connell Airlines. They did preview reels in the later years. In the later years, their preview reels were kind of identical to British rental tapes. Which is kind of appropriate because most companies list most sources list PolyGram as a British movie studio, but at an American division. And here are my USA tapes. Ones that were released by USA, that is, not just recorded off air from them. Next one is Being John. First one is Being John. One of them is Being John Malkovich. Ever want to be someone else? Now you can. This is from, this was, I think, released in May 2000 on VHS. It was certainly purchased from Blockbuster on July 10th, 2000, which should be interesting, less than a couple of months after it was released on tape. And, I could actually read the print date under the Blockbuster sticker when I peeled it. The adhesive did not really cling on to that very well enough for me to ruin it. Thank God. Print date is March 30th, 2000. One of the few times an invisible ink print date was not ruined by a Blockbuster end label for a change. Now this was one. The other one was Traffic on VHS and DVD. This is a very good thriller if you haven't seen it. From Steven Soderbergh. Based on an 88 TV show. Miniseries, rather. Printed on April 8th, 2001. And it says BB there, so I suspect this tape was supposed to go to Blockbuster, but was never rented out of there. This, the DVD, however, was rented at Blockbuster and purchased from there on June 23rd, 2001. This comes in its original case inside. And if you take it out, you can see the rental sticker in there. One of the first DVDs to be rented out by Blockbuster, I think. It's got a nice guide full of production notes and the scene selection. I have a couple of tapes from Universal Music Group when it was tied to the movie studio of that name. It's not anymore. This is Backed Out of Hell 2 picture show. Meatloaf tape on MCA Music Video. This is the only tape I have on MCA Music Video, which by this point had a separate arm from the MCA Universal. And this has a print date of December 28th. No, November 28th, 1994. Sorry about that. And can I show the full end label here? Yes. The other one is The Voice. Russell Watson, The Voice. Live in concert at Insurrectionist Taj Mahal, Atlantic City. This is a Decca Records tape from 2001. There's the tape for The Voice live in concert, Insurrectionist Taj Mahal. And this was printed on November 27th, 2001. This is actually a demo tape because it says for promotion, not for sale, for promotional use only on there. By the way, if you've heard anything from the January 6th committee, then you'll know why I refer to that thing as Insurrectionist Taj Mahal. Now I can get out my DreamWorks tapes. I have the camera space on the roll. George Clooney and Nicole Kidman in The Peacemaker up first, and appropriately first, because this was DreamWorks' first film. It was made in 1997, and the tape was released in 1998. Actually, this is a 275T. This is a Columbia House tape, because it has 275T on the side, and it was printed on May 15th, 1998. Next one, Amistad, with Morgan Freeman, Anthony Hopkins, Jimon Hounsou, and Matthew McConaughey. Absolutely unforgettable. This is a Steven Spielberg movie, of course. He was one of the founders of DreamWorks, along with Jeffrey Katzenberg and David Geffen, of course. That's an interesting little note. The Callan number is written in the style that MCA originally used for their tapes. This was purchased from Blockbuster on January 26, 1999, and I'm guessing someone taped it to the box. That sticker. And this was printed on May 29, 1998, and it says full frame because I'm assuming there was. I'm not sure if there was a widescreen tape of this, but yeah, I think they were. It's on there because someone must have anticipated one. Next tape is Mouse Hunt, the funniest movie of the year. This has Nathan Lane and Lee Evans in it. This is a 1997 release. This is a very good comedy. It actually feels more like a Golden Age Hollywood comedy than it does a 90s one, if you get my drift. But it's still very good. The 1997 film. This is a 1998 tape of it. And I think this was one of the last. This was, I think, the last tape from DreamWorks that didn't have home entertainment below the name. Print date is March 22nd, 1998. Hold on. Next I have Ants, from the Academy Award-winning studio that brought you Shrek. It doesn't say the names on there, but this stars Woody Allen, who, as a lot of us know now, is a grade A asshole. Who turned out to be a supreme asshole, you know. This is the cover art says 2003 on the back, 2002 on the back, but this actually has the original 1998 tape of it. It was either released in 1998 or 1999 on VHS. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Print date is December 23rd, 1998. Next one is Small Soldiers. Smart, funny, and action-packed. Apparently. This is a tape from 1998. I think, yeah. It comes from Hollywood Video. And this has an upside-down Hollywood Video end label. Actually, this has a print. The print date is right over there. It's October 28, 1998. It's printed in this style, despite not coming from Columbia House. As you can plainly see there. Next one is The Prince of Egypt. This is a very good movie about the Exodus from Egypt. I also enjoy the Ten Commandments as well, and this kind of owes a little bit to it, according to my mom, but not distractingly so. Print date is May 24th, 1999. Next, I have American Beauty, the winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, starring grade A asshole Kevin Spacey and Annette Bening. Or actually, starring convicted child molester and Annette Bening. Look closer. This is a 2000 tape. Put it on April 27th, 2000. Next one is Chicken Run. This clamshell is starting to come apart for it. This is a very good Artman film. This is from 2000. Co-presented by Pathé, who had the rights in the UK and France, and certain portions of Switzerland, because those were the only countries that Pathé had their own distribution arms in. And DreamWorks released it in every other country. Put it on September 14th, 2000. Next one is Galaxy Quest with Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, and Alan Rickman. And I like this movie. It's a good time. Let's face it. Print date is April 10th, 2000. Next are a couple of copies of The Haunting. One of them is up on this shelf. This is the original printing of it. A fun house of shrieks and screams, according to Joel Siegel of Good Morning America. This is a tape from 1999. This apparently got a thumbs up from Roger Ebert. We'll see if it lives up to his thumbs up. Print date is October 15th, 1999. I also have the special limited edition of it, which includes a behind-the-scenes featurette, which is about the only real difference. Top is identical to the copy I just showed. Print date is June 26, 2000. Next one is, I believe, Todd Phillips' first movie. Road Trip, the greatest college tradition of all. 2000 tape. This has a sticker label on it, surprisingly. Not sure there's anything under it. I'll have to check sometime. Print date is May 7th, 2001. And fun fact, I bought this on the date that Todd Phillips' film Joker came out. That ought to be... yeah, for my birthday, you may remember, I went to... I was in a guest house. And across the street from it, there was a thrift store. Bargains and Treasures, I think it was called. And that's where I bought that tape from. Next is What Lies Beneath, a Robert Zemeckis film. This is a tape from 2000. In other words, 2000. And 20th Century Fox had the international rights to this movie. printed on August 11th, 2003. Next one is The Road to El Dorado, which I wanted to watch which I want to watch at some time. It looks really fun. And this was printed on June 9th, 2000. Next, oh boy, we have a legend here. But we'll get to him in a little bit. First off, though, I have my first DreamWorks DVD. I'm lumping those in the same pile because they use the same numbering system as the DreamWorks used the same numbering system as for their VHS tapes and DVDs, which was in turn the same numbering system used by Universal for strictly their VHS tapes and some Laserdisc. This is The Contender. This is a very, very good movie if you haven't seen it. A great political drama. Would highly recommend it. Got the production notes and the chapter stops inside the guide. It adds for Almost Famous, American Beauty, Gladiator, Saving Private Ryan, Small Time Crooks, One Lies Beneath, and some other stuff there. Next, somebody once told me Shrek, the special edition video cassette. The party continues! More Shrek than ever before! All new extended ending. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I remember this one. Childhood favorite of mine and an all-time favorite of mine. This is a great movie. Great. I remember memorizing every single line from this movie, as does my mother, but I'm not going to repeat the lines for you now because it'll take bloody ages to upload the video if I do that. Print date, manufacturing date is July 31st, 2001, and print date is August 9th, 2001. Next one, Spirits, Stallion of the Cimarron. 2 thumbs up, according to Ebert and Roper. So that probably ought to be a good sign. Another movie I want to check out at some point. I want to check out their 2D stuff. I've only seen their 3D movies in their entirety. Well, one of their Armin stuff, anyway. Print date is September 19th, 2002. Next, Shrek 2. Well, we'll get to him in a moment. Soon, Shrek 2. Next, Catch Me If You Can. A Steven Spielberg film with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. I'm sorry, I get easily distracted by what I'm showing. It says a personal look inside the making of the film, behind the camera, and lots of other bonus features. 2003 DVD. This comes on 2 discs. I think those are reprints because they have the boring gray disc in there. The original probably had artwork on it. I have Somebody Once Told Me That This Was on DVD. Shrek. Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz, and John. Let's try that again. Somebody once told me this was on DVD. Shrek with Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and John Lithgow. Smart and hilarious. with the Academy Award for won the Academy Award for Best Picture 2001. And this was a tape from DVD for 2003. Oh god, I remember playing the hell out of this DVD. Mainly for the menus, because I particularly remember the line Pinocchio spoke when we got to the special features menu, which is, well, there's no special features here! That was my favorite line in the menus. That was my favorite line of the menus for this DVD. Next one is Shrek 2. Now I can get to him. This has a free M&M's tube in there. I'll show the DVD somewhere down the line as well. Okay, I just got distracted for a minute. Got distracted again. Next DVD is Old School. Unrated and Out of Control. Yeah, I'll attempt to show the Shrek 2 again when it's time. At least for this video. And this is a Canadian DVD. As you can tell, because if you take this out, you get the French-Canadian cover. I put it in a transparent case to make sure that I got the French-Canadian cover in there. This is from 2003. And this is the unrated edition, of course. Next one, Win a Date with Ted Hamilton for the director of Legally Blonde. For a good time, make a date with Ted Hamilton. That's what USA Today says. This has ads in there for Catch Me If You Can, The Ring, Hesitate, Legend of Bagger Vance, Evolution, Tuxedo, Forces of Nature, and AR Artificial Intelligence. Of course, speaking of Evolution, why don't I get that out for you now? Yep, it's on the living room shelf alongside another tape I just remembered to take out that was also on DreamWorks that was on the same shelf. Evolution! Outrageous and hilarious, apparently. And, released by Columbia, co-presented by Columbia Pictures, and released on Columbia TriStar overseas. Manufacturing date was November 18th, 2001, and the top there we have... I think it was November 21st, 2001. This was a Hollywood video rental. The other one I remember to take out was a Saving Private Ryan. Steven Spielberg film. Of course, I've seen neither this nor Shakespeare in Love, so I can't tell what was worthier of Best Picture that year. It's got the black rails there. This was printed on March 18th, 2005. Here's another one. Anchorman with Will Ferrell. Unrated, uncut, and uncalled for. This is a very funny film from 2004. This DVD is from. It comes on a boring gray disc. Because it's a layer printing. But it has the same disc master as the original release. Next I have Shrek 2 on VHS and DVD. I used to have another copy of Shrek 2 on VHS. But for whatever reason, I got rid of it at one time, and I got it back in the collection in last year. This is a tape from 2004. Also, another copy with black rails, this time squeakier ones. This was printed on September 23rd, 2004. This is earlier or later than my earlier copy, or may have been printed on the same day. I'll have to look at my old DreamWorks VHS collection video again to see which one this falls into, the 10-page one. Anyway, and there's the DVD itself, which has not only a great sequel, it also has one of the best DVD menus of all time. The DVD menu for this one is a louser. It's just Donkey talking out of his... It's just Donkey and annoying his friends about the main menu. If you go to the main menu, and if you go to... And the extras are even... the menus you do go into are even more creative than that. And I also love the Far, Far Away Idol. I think I played this DVD just for that. At least I remember playing this DVD just for that. Just for the Far, Far Away Idol one. I got The Terminal as the last DreamWorks VHS that I have. No, definitely not the last released. And this is a Canadian copy because there's a C after the stock number. And the Canadian home video rating for this was PG for coarse language. Unless it's the only Canadian DreamWorks tape I have. The print date was November 1st, 2004. Next, I have Madagascar with the Penguins and the Christmas Keeper. The only Madagascar movie I have, and I have to hurry up for this part. A Dreamer, inspired by a true story in widescreen. The full screen one was the final VHS DreamWorks ever released. From memory. Of when I went to look this up one time. And saw VHS tapes of it. Another Armin film that I remember watching a lot of. Flushed Away. Haven't seen it in years. So I heard Armin films were good. Were ageless. I heard Armin films were particularly ageless. So this might hold up well. We'll see. Shrek the Third. I love all the Shrek movies, actually. This is the third one. This comes in a cardboard slipcover case, which is wrecked to shreds by now. I heard that either this or the fourth one were the weakest, but yeah. That's subjective opinion. As a coupon for the first two Shrek movies, and a plug for HD DVD in there. The best known for being the HD format that lost to Blu-ray, but it was, I think, really big in the late 2000s. Let's see if I can put this back in the cardboard sleeve. Can I do that? Yes, I can. More B-movie with Jerry Seinfeld and Renee Zellweger. This was not that great a movie from when I saw it. It's got Chuck E. Cheese's coupons in there. Monsters vs. Aliens, which comes on the Boring Day disc. A lot of DreamWorks stuff it does, I think, in the later days. Next. If it's distributed by Paramount. Sinbad, Legends of the Silver Seas. Which I think is a 2010 repackaging of a 2003 DVD. Then I have Shrek Forever After and Donkey's Christmas Shrektacular. These were both released on the same day. And it's a great conclusion, I think. But they're making a sixth one, of course. We'd love to see his return, I think. On the screen. Has an X-Care Bandages coupon. And here's Donkey's Christmas Shrektacular, of course. And that's it for this part of my Universal related VHS and DVD collection. I'll see you in the next part.